Hello everyone, this is Panda. I want to have a really intelligent conversation only to those that understand law in New York City. Now, earlier this morning, I made a 6-minute and 33-second update video explaining why the owner of the food truck yesterday that I was experiencing decided to reach out to me this time and apologize. So first and foremost, I've been food poisoning in New York City. I've been overcharged in New York City. Not only overcharged, anyone that lives in New York City, you guys know that some of these food trucks or these food carts or these vendors, the food vendors, they like to do a surcharge and charge you extra. That's been going on lately. So with that said, everyone, disclaimer, I'm not ranting. I'm just giving you context. What is New York reality here? First and foremost, I stopped by this Spanish truck here. I stopped by this Spanish truck here. I went down the street here, stopped by this Spanish truck here. And mind you, I asked them a question. They didn't want to be on camera. I told them it was for my YouTube video. But I wanted to know, do you charge customers first or after? He goes, no, me go after. I said, why is that? He goes, I want you to see your meal before you pay for it. Because there are certain, for instance, I'm a vegan pescatarian, right? I asked for a veggie burrito with extra avocado. Instead, I received, I'm not sure what it was, chicken or pork with rice, with no black beans. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I received yesterday from that food truck. This is why the owner reached out and read my Google. By the way, I am a certified Google elite. I'm also a Yelp elite. I travel a lot around the world and I make reviews on restaurants, places that I visit. If you're not on Yelp, you should follow me on Yelp. You see where I've been. You'll be like, wow, you've been to a lot of restaurants, Panda. I got food poisoning. I've been to restaurants here in New York City. And how many times last year, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been watching this channel for quite some time, we have gotten food poisoning quite a few times in New York City. And this is why I wanted to look at my food. And I was telling you guys in the information, guys, in New York City, you do not have to pay up front for your food because you want to examine your food before you buy and pay for it. This is why you should not pay. I can understand this is like the Dunkin' Donuts, right? Or McDonald's or Wendy's. That's a franchise. It's not a vendor. It's a franchisee. These are small vendors in New York City that have to follow health policy, by the way, and guidelines. So my food experience still continues because I'm trying to say to myself, why are people mad at me? They weren't mad at me before when I reviewed the other place that was discriminating against me when they charged me for food ahead of time and then they give me the wrong food, just like what happened yesterday. I can't look through a burrito. I don't have x-ray vision, right? I don't have x-ray vision. Just want you guys to know that. Look where I am. I'm in Greenpoint, where I was walking around asking food carts, do you guys charge beforehand? He goes, no. And I said, the reason why I ask this is because I'm a documentarian. I'm being very transparent. I don't want to put you on television. I don't want to put you on camera if you don't want to. I just want to hear from you. What you think about if I was to come to you as a customer and ask you for an item and you ask me to charge and I say, well, you want me to pay now? I haven't examined my food. As a customer, you also have rights. Not just a vendor, but as a customer, you also have rights. And let me explain New York City's health code violation rights are. Okay? Vendors are required at any given point in time to deny service. Hear me out. if you feel like I'm a threat or I'm a nuisance, you could deny service and I will walk away. But did that occur yesterday? No, it did not occur yesterday at all. She wanted me to pay, but got my order wrong because a lack of communication. That's one of the also policies. All vendors must communicate with all customers at any given time. Look it up. Guys, I updated all the information with the URL. It's a brochure for vendors that don't read it, because a lot of vendors do not read all that information. Look how much information is there. You think a vendor's going to sit there and read that? No. Why? Let's be honest, how many vendors in New York City, and I want vendors to be honest on my YouTube channel, how many of you did not finish reading the policies and guidelines as a New York vendor? I'll let you guys answer that question in the comments. So, with that said, last night at 10:44 p.m., I got a phone call from a 347 number. I have a 657 number. Okay? I picked up the phone thinking maybe it could be one of these job opportunities that I've been trying to get into the studio with. It turns out, yes, you left a review today about your experience at a local trucker truck we have in Brooklyn on Berry Street. And I was like, yeah. And you also? And he said, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, so you the owner. Oh, the person that I really want to talk to. Because I was talking to a young lady that did not know anything about New York laws. She was like, I don't think that's legal, sir. I was like, really? Google it right now. Yeah, so he agreed with me that he watched and examined how she was he didn't say discriminated. He said she was being very unpleasant in your experience, which means you showed the other customers before me respect. And then when I came, there was no respect. There was no conversation. You didn't want to have a conversation. You ignored my questions. And he also agreed that even though she lacks English, she understands. Keep that in mind. So he refunded me, and everyone right now and the other videos right now are going ballistic and saying that I'm wrong. What's this rant about? You just bitching or you just ranting. Let me explain what ranting in the dictionary explicitifies in the dictionary, ladies and gentlemen. Ranting. You either conversating, chatting, or podcasting. When you podcast, you rant about something. Isn't that what podcasters do? They rant about things. So how hypocritical that humans in my audience sit here and use that as a weapon, as if that's going to hurt the value of my content. Doesn't. It makes you look like an idiot because you don't understand what ranting means. When someone flexes their right to find out, was that discriminatory or was it not, you have a right to ask questions. In that video, I just asked questions. You didn't see me get mad. You didn't see me overblown. I said, oh, I just want to know, because I asked you a question, young lady, you ignored it. And a few of you in the comments said, did you see her face? And I was like, exactly. She knew what I was saying and gave that smirk. That's the third time that smirk has presented itself on her face. And this is why I was telling you guys, like, I don't trust fucking food in New York City at all, after being fucking food poisoned so many times. And you wonder why I'm very selective. Hospitality comes first, food, and then respect at the end. When you get your food, you pay for your food. Now, this is not Texas or some parts of Texas. This is not some parts of California that some establishments make you and force you to pay, like San Francisco. This is not San Francisco, ladies and gentlemen. San Francisco, you most likely have to pay up front. Why? Because people like to dine and dash. What the fuck am I look like going dine and dashing when I'm just standing there? I'm on their surveillance camera, on my surveillance camera, and there's a surveillance camera on the block. Like, why would I want to die and dash and ruin my whole entire career in my life for some food? But anyway, our conversation was like this on the phone, ladies and gentlemen. He agreed that he needs to brush up on the New York vendors policy, because he needs to update, because there's been some updates lately. If you guys haven't noticed, like I said earlier, people have been getting surcharge and extra charge in the middle of the night by these food vendors. I've been a victim of that. So with that said, everyone, all New York City vendors can deny service. So why wasn't service denied to me? Because it wasn't denied. The service was liberally given to me in the wrong fashion and the wrong professionalism. If you guys disagree with me on that, that's fine. But you do not have a right to say, you do not, as a human being, have a constitutional right to ask a person, and a human right, to ask a person, why did you make me, can I ask you a question? Just don't be mad about it. You made me pay first up front, but you didn't make the other customers pay up front. But you were communicating with them, but you won't communicate with me. I feel like that is being biased. You don't want to communicate with me, but you communicate with the other customers, including the Asian American that got his burrito. If you watch the video carefully, he was chatting with her about, did she get the ingredients right? And as I said about allergies, friend, I asked for a veggie burrito. She gives me, I don't even know what it really was. I'm going to assume on the safe side that it was chicken, because I fucking hate pork. And I don't like pork. I never will like pork. I never ate pork. I just don't think it's a very good meat substance for human beings. If I was to vote on a piece of meat to give you, I go motherfucking chicken all day, every day for you. But I don't know what it was, chicken or pork. I know, I just cursed. But the point is, I've been food poisoned that way. Somebody was being too fast, or the fact that maybe she did give me someone else's burrito yesterday. And that person that got my burrito that paid after she gave him his food and he paid after, maybe he got my burrito. So think about that. And maybe the reason why he probably didn't want to come back, or probably did came back to switch out the burrito, because I wasn't going to go back. I was too angry. I was too, not, here it is. I wasn't angry. I was so confused by that. I said, hola. And I said, good morning, or good afternoon. Because I was standing there trying to figure out what I want. And can she make it for me? Because I know the same establishment has a Manhattan location. I go to that one all the time when I'm in Manhattan. If I am not in Long Island City, I go to the one in Manhattan. And I explained to the owner, I go to Manhattan, you can check my credit cards if you like. Ended with that credit card, the 4-digit credit card number. I said, please do so. Do your research. You'll find out. I'll go to your Manhattan. And I always give it a great review. But I went to this location, and things didn't turn out so great. So, and he said that your video says with the question mark, right? See, people are not paying attention. The title has a question mark at the end of its title. It wasn't like I showed a thumbnail of me being with this, you know how some YouTubers, they like to make these dramatic thumbnails to get your attention. It's called clickbait, by the way. Yeah, I wasn't going to clickbait an audience like you. I have no right to disrespect you in that way. So I left the thumbnail like what I normally use, being real and uncut, raw shot of the establishment from the iPhone. I can update the thumbnail a little bit later. I don't need to be fancy. And that's the problem with you guys. You guys think I'm clickbaiting and ranting just to get money. Guys, you want to really see how much money? I make $32.81 every month on YouTube. And then next year, you know, they take their cut or their taxes and their payment. Yeah, okay, right, exactly. I make money on YouTube. I don't care about being famous on YouTube. My rights are my rights. I have a right to ask any person or persons on their work performance, did they perform professional or not? That's my human right, and that's their human right to answer yes or no. It's their also human right and professionalism as a person or persons to deny service. But I wasn't denied service. It was a curiosity. He, the owner, and I agreed that maybe she did was because he said I startled her. How did I startle her? I literally walked up on the one side of the wall with my wagon and walked from the right to the front in an angle going this way. So I know she can see the wall. So how did I startle her? Hey, Mr. Brown. I'm driving back from Kentucky. Ooh, how was that, friends? But I just don't understand how people who sit here, they don't even live in New York City. This is not, like I said, not Texas. This is not parts of California. This is definitely not San Francisco. San Francisco, everyone pays up front in every single store. In every restaurant, yeah, you pay up front. In New York City, there's only few establishments that are doing that, and I wonder why. But let's say if I was a regular customer and I kept coming all the time, I guarantee it that the change of point, what I mean by change of point is mean that am I saying this right? The adjective of the conversation turns out that she now is not charging me afterwards. Let's say I'm a regular customer. It's not charging me now up front. Now she's charging me after I receive my food. That's the kind of behavior that you have to pay attention to, people. You can't treat one customer different than the other. You got to give people the benefit of the fucking doubt. I did. I went to your establishment and wanted a burrito. I gave you the benefit of the doubt. So why can you give me the benefit of the doubt? That is the behavior that you guys don't practice a lot. You don't understand psychology education. All you do is watch what you see on television. You don't, out here in the real world, you didn't study, you don't practice, you don't read books. Instead, you watch everything on TikTok and Instagram. You don't read audiobooks like, you know, a number of audiobook sales now went down last year and this year. Less people are reading and listening to reading books, materials. This is why I'm asking myself, why am I arguing with a dumbass audience sometimes? And it's half of my audience that is incompetent. Incompetent to understand New York is not the same as Chicago and any other place. New York City has guidelines for these food vendors. Why? Let me explain why. How many times have we been in the subway, ladies and gentlemen? We saw food vendors selling food when they're not supposed to. You can literally kill someone. That's why licenses are given. If you're not able to uphold that license, that vendor license, you don't deserve that vendor license. If you can't not uphold that license, you wanted this license to serve the community. Am I right or wrong? Right? You wanted to prove to the community that you could provide some bomb-ass food. Am I right or wrong? So it's your right and your responsibility to make it right. This is why I also told him that you hired someone that can communicate back. And he said, I agree with that. I'm so sorry. I felt like I let Greenpoint and Williamsburg down. I said, you didn't let them down. You let me down in a sense. But I am so happy that you were able to call me back and apologize up front. He said, I just want to refund you. And I was like, It's and give me a discount for my next purchase, for my next burrito. It's like, man, you don't have to do that, but if you want to, that's up to you. But I'm just trying to make things right. I just felt as a, not just a black man, but as someone that has really been going through some harsh times from some very harsh people, expecting me to like, oh, make up my mind at 43 years of age, when I have done mostly everything I wanted to do. Now I'm just bored. I'm literally bored at life. Life is so boring, you guys don't entertain me enough. I have to entertain myself. And how fucked up is that to say? It's not, it's just reality. Everybody wants to be evil. No one wants to put a smile on someone else's face. So I have to put a smile on my face because it's my fucking right as a human being, my human right to do so. It's part of also my mental health to do so. Because as I said, a lot of you will never share your mental health stories because you're too afraid or too embarrassed. But I share my mental health stories. What about you, friends? You want to sit behind a computer and just say, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? It was a question. That's the big deal. I have a right to ask questions based on someone performing in front of me, especially another professional that sees it too. Mind you, New York City Health Department says any professional, press, law enforcement, doesn't matter. You see something wrong, please report it to us. It's on their website, by the way. Go ahead. New York City Board of Health. Go, yeah. Go, New York City Health. Go ahead. Go Google it. You see it right in front of their front page, friends. They give you the 311 app and everything. You report it. You take a screenshot of the and that's the thing that I didn't want to do. Report it to 311. Say, hear me out. See, this is where you guys basically misinformed. You were misinformed because you weren't listening to the whole context of the video, were you? If I really wanted to get this food truck business out of play right now, I would have done 311. I would have took a screenshot of the wrong food. Not only that, uploaded the video and gave my opinion about the service. But I didn't do that. I didn't report them to NYC Health. So why are you guys fucking jumping down my throat? I wanted you guys to decide, was that discriminatory or not? See, this is where you guys failed to listen to the content in full. You're dum-dums. And I'm going to say dum-dum because I think it's funny, because I like saying dum-dum from that movie. Because you guys failed to open and observe. Observation is important, ladies and gentlemen. There are some people that come down this channel and listen and observe. There are some that just want to just automatically hit the dislike button and didn't even watch the video because they think I had something stupid to say. No, friends. Like I said, she had a right to discontinue the service and deny me service, but she continued on with the service. Why? That's another question that we both cannot understand why she continued the service. She could have just said, oh no, we don't have any, you go bye, adios. She could have told me to be on, but no. And I would have just walked away. And I would have wrote a review like, yeah, I'm not shopping at this place because she just told me to walk away because I asked a couple of questions. And I think as a consumer and a customer, no matter where you are, you have a right in the consumer report to ask questions. That is your constitutional and your human and civil right to ask questions. This is a problem with New York City. No one fucking knows constitutional law like the police. They're the biggest problem. It's not really the citizens, it's the police. They make the citizens go bonkers. You have police officers violating fucking constitutional law. Like, it's okay to violate my first and my fifth amendment right. Like, wait, I'm gonna just plead the fifth. I'm not saying shit to you, officer. Or you're not gonna give me your ID, officer. I'm not giving you anything, and I'm not saying shit to you. You have no right to stop me for assuming that I was about to commit a crime, you have to have really good evidence that I was about to or I did commit a crime. And you observed me about to break into somewhere or do something, but you didn't deserve that. You didn't make observation, did you? And this is why I don't care about what people say, because I know my rights and I know my laws and I know what NYC is all about. I've been coming here since I was a fucking kid, and I know NYC food laws because last year we literally filed multiple complaints against multiple food vendors for food poisoning me. But I didn't do it to this one. So you guys take that shit with a grain of salt. So who's the douchebag here? You or me? Because you are the douchebag for even jumping to a conclusion that I tried to damage this reputation of this restaurant or this food truck. First and foremost, they already make the reputation themselves. On Google, which I'm a Google elite again, I'm just going to announce that again. Thank you, Google, for making me a Google elite. They certify and verify all my claims, by the way. But anyway, if you go to Google and you Google that food truck, it has a 2.4 rating. And a lot of people are not happy with the food. I definitely was not happy receiving the wrong food because she didn't understand what I wanted. And that's a lack of responsibility from the owner. And listen, I already told the owner, listen, now you learned a lesson. We both learned lessons. We both learned a lesson. Always do your research before you go to a food truck or a restaurant. This is why I'm so picky. This is why I'm Googling everything. And I didn't Google it because I was looking. Okay, so John M. decided to donate money yesterday to the Cash App, right? And boundaryboy.com, right? So I was walking. I was about to do a video. This is how this happened. I was about to do a video about Berry Street. Why cars are not supposed to be on Berry Street during the day when people with strollers, bikes, walking are not, because people are literally, there was an accident on Berry Street just the other day. This is how this video happened. And I turned around, I saw the taco truck. I was like, do I really want a breakfast burrito? And then I said, let me find out if they even have a breakfast burrito. Because I know the Manhattan location does have a different menu. Yes, the Manhattan location has a different menu, but there's more to that menu in Manhattan. I guarantee it. But anyway, friends, I turned around and it had anything, so I was contemplating. I was like, oh, can she make me a quesadilla, avocado quesadilla with fries? And she said, no quesadilla. I said, no, quesadilla with avocado. I know you can make it. She said, no, I don't know. No, I cannot make that. I was like, why? Okay, and then I was like, burrito. Give me a veggie burrito with avocado. That's how this all started. I was going to do a street by Berry Street because someone got hit on Berry Street when they weren't supposed to be driving on Berry Street during the day. So keep that in mind, Greenpoint. Everyone that keeps driving down Berry Street during the day while people are walking up and down and using strollers and everything, you're not supposed to be doing that during the day, friends. It's what's it called? Adam Waziski's walk for a reason. Yeah, the boulevard or the street is also Adam Vanziski walk. It's called a walk street for a reason. Oh my fucking panther, you people in New York City do not like to read. You also don't know how not to knock either. I was literally in the bathroom over here and the person literally tried to open. Let me explain. So this establishment here behind me, their bathrooms don't lock. So I was literally in there taking the, number 2. You guys know what a number fucking 2 is, alright, friends? Don't be idiotic. You guys know I was taking the master dump, taking the shitter of all shits, the piece of all grime, the burnt stain of all dookie stains. You guys know what I'm saying, right? Okay then. Alright? And the person just walks in. Doesn't even knock. Walks in. Walks in. So with that said, everyone, I just want to give you guys some context that all New York vendors are supposed to follow the guidelines. And I'm not saying I was right, but when an establishment calls the customer up front on their cell phone and apologize, you know something you did was right. I flexed my human rights. I have a right to ask questions, so do you. If you feel like, hey, how you can give him a discount, not me a discount? What's up with that? What's so special about that? I come here all the time, right? You have a right to ask that question. I love this place as much as this guy does. Why do you give him a discount? I come here and buy all my, I don't know, you might buy your cigarettes, you might buy your beer, whatever. So, I'm in Greenpoint. I'm just trying to make a point, because a lot of you just misunderstood the whole point of the video and the title. The title has a fucking question mark on it. Literally. And nothing has been changed or updated on the title. Just the descriptions only. The title has been the same, because if the title has changed, I guarantee you the reviews won't come in. Every time you change the title to a video, you mess up how the algorithm sees that video. This is why I didn't change the title. I just changed the information and the descriptions and provided the and I provided clear context and transparency of the conversation. So with that said, everyone, I just don't want to hear it anymore from people that are literally that spoiled. And it seems like people are fucking spoiled today. You guys think you have it all righteous and shit, right, friends? You don't have it righteous, because sooner or later you're gonna feel that burn too, friend. You're gonna ask questions too, and I guarantee it. You did already ask questions. You probably went into a Target and asked some questions like, "Oh, wow, this happened. Why did this happen?" Everybody is against Target for what their practices are. They like to discriminate against people, but I guarantee you questioned someone at some given point, right? Didn't you? You questioned someone at some given point about their professionalism or their behavior, didn't you? Because everyone does it. So you're being the hypocrite here, not me. I'm just being the journalist and the documentarian. I'm doing my job. What are you doing? The fuck are you doing? It's the reason why New York City gave me the fucking press pass. They must really like me going out here and ripping the shithole out of vendors. Because maybe sometimes these vendors need a hard lesson. Like that vendor, okay, you ever seen the best food show ever? YouTube channel? When he came here in New York City? Watch how many vendors disrespected, look how many vendors disrespected a journalist, which is his First Amendment right to record on a public street. Watch what they did in his video, or one of them did on the 23rd Street. Yeah, watch it, and you'll see when he was in New York, he thought that was very unpleasant, very unprofessional. This is why I said in the comments in that video, no one should buy from these vendors. They do not care about the customers. Go watch this show. It's called The Best Food Show Ever. It's a tall white guy with a bandana. Yeah. He's been to Thailand. He's been all over. He came recently to New York. Watch his video, and now tell me if I'm wrong or not. What they did in his video. Tell me if I'm wrong or not. I guarantee you guys will be like, oh shit. Yeah, exactly. It's on a public sidewalk, and you're violating a goddamn journalist's right to record. That man's a professional. He came to buy food from you, and you told him to fuck off and gave him the finger. Oh my panda. Yeah, that food vendor gave him the finger on his show. And he, mind you, I applaud him for keeping that piece of content in the video because it shows how people in New York City do not treat people very kindly. That goes to show you right there. So please go watch his channel. He has over 1.3 million subscribers. Go watch his channel. And I guarantee you won't say the same thing that you said to me to him. Because he said the same thing that I'm saying to you. What's wrong with these vendors in New York City? Do they even have a conscience? Do they even care about the policies? This is why I'm telling you guys now. And you guys won't listen. You see that guy delivering food? I bet you he gets a sloppy, nasty tip. And he still has to live on the street and sleep outside in a park somewhere, or in the subway, and kill some time for a few 4 or 5 hours and get right back to work. You guys don't know how these delivery personnel that deliver food to your home, they should get paid. I'm serious. They should get paid better tips because they gotta deal with the bullshit. And yeah, they're not perfect either because yeah, some of these delivery drivers are not kind either. They don't care. They just want money, and I get that. But then again, this is New York. Everybody needs money. Everybody needs money. And I see the comments already like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm not even gonna read it because listen, friends, I'm done. You guys are not professional. You're not the journalist. You're not the documentarian. You don't have any credentials, no pass, no nothing. You can't verify any of your claims, but I can't. I can just walk down to the NYC Health Board Administration and just bring up some information for you. How many times this food vendor has been violating New York City health codes? Let's find out how many times. We can do that on live stream and go down to Manhattan again and do that like we did in the last couple of food establishments or vendors from getting me food poison last year. Guys, keep in mind, when a food vendor gives me poison last year, you know, that comes out of my pocket. Hospital-wise expenses. I'm just saying, friend. And what if I was to eat that burrito? I chopped the burrito in half and took a fork and pork at it. I was like, making sure that I get what I got, because I was going to make a video. Again, I was like, listen, I'm not that mad, but I got my food. But when I saw my food not the way it was supposed to be made, yeah, you have to agree to me at a certain extent why I'm mad. I spent almost 15 bucks, $14.83. I don't understand what was the extra $15, 15-cent surcharge for. And this is what I was talking about, surcharges, everybody. What was the extra 15-cent surcharge that I never asked them? I was too busy like trying to say, whoa, well, thank you for calling me back at this late of the night, but whatever. But everybody wants to be mad at me because I'm trying to do my job. I'm trying to emphasize real shit on the real world without editing anything. Like these YouTubers, they will edit shit out. Like for instance, don't support a YouTuber if they are literally trying to upsell you a Komodo, what's it called, Komodo knives? Friends, that is not a Japanese brand. I grew up in Japan all my life. That's not a Japanese brand, friend. That's a Chinese manufacturer. That's not even pure steel, by the way. So you got these YouTubers. And this is why I was trying to emphasize why we do not want to be sponsored. This is why we get sponsored from the brands that send me goods. We don't want sponsors from advertisers, all right? We want sponsors that want to send us camera equipment, lenses, bodies, frames, whatever, cages, matte boxes, gimbals, whatever that may be, audio equipment. We do not want advertisers because the advertiser, Komodo, is a fake brand which is not Japanese knives. It's not. And all these YouTubers were supported because they are so greedy. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, as a real YouTuber, I can read right through the fucking bullshit. This is why we don't want to fuck with these advertisers and why YouTube doesn't like this channel, because it knows I rejected an offer. I rejected YouTube's offer to have a name brand advertiser. I was like, no, I'm not going through that problem again, because I went through this problem in 2012, 2011, and 2010 with the MCNs back then. Terrible. And yeah, I had another gaming channel, and yeah, that kind of, yeah, that fell apart because of that shit. But the point is that you had all these YouTubers not being honest with you, and I'm the one who's being honest with you. I'm being honest about where you can get your products from, who supports me, why you should pick it up. I am an affiliate, so please buy it. It's guaranteed going to work for your photography and video. I'm not supporting kitchen hardware that you do not do the research on. What YouTuber does not do the research about who's this advertiser that wants to like sponsor my video? I'm curious now. But you guys supported those videos, but you don't support real content creators. Isn't that ironic? See, like I said, I'm a documentarian. I do my job very well. And yes, Google the brand just mentioned. K-A-M Moto, M-O-T-O. Yeah, knives. It's bullshit. It's not real Japanese steel knives, because after you first use it, let me explain. Japanese real steel is not cheap. It would never be cheap. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. It's not cheap. Japanese steel. Okay, let me explain something. I back home have a bunch of Japanese, you can say hardware, just in case I need to fuck up someone. Alright, friends? I have real Japanese steel swords that literally would not dull out after the first, second, and third use. But this knife did, and all these YouTubers are supporting that, but you're supporting those YouTubers because you believe them, but you won't believe me. And that's what something you said. We support real YouTubers because they are the real YouTubers. You're just a renter. Reel it. Okay. This is why we are sponsorless, and this is why YouTube and I, let's put it, let's be honest. YouTube and I, they smart and I'm smart. They know I see between the dumbass bullshit. Because YouTube, I don't want to ever want to get a sponsor advertiser ever in my email ever again. I refuse to accept any sponsorship from advertisers. No. Unless it's B&H or Manfrotto or any camera company like Canon, Sony. Well, fuck Sony. Fuck Sony. Sony won't even update the A1 or the A9. You spend $5,000 on a fucking camera, they won't even update firmware? Nah, fuck Sony. You won't give me the features that's in the EV1? That should have been in the A9, friend. That could work in the A9. But yeah, I digress. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, other than Sony, sorry Sony, but I used to be a big fan until you took my Minolta away. So yeah, Sony took my A mount and my Minolta away. This is what Sony did. I had what they call Sony, what is that? Sony Artisan or whatever the program is for all my camera equipment, right? For all my A mount shit. And they say my A mount doesn't count anymore. What? These are all pro cameras. What are you talking about, friend? Yeah, Sony did that to me. So, this is why I started shooting back to Nikon, Panasonic, Micro Four Thirds, Canon, and now I just want to go back to, a mirrorless camera. I don't want a Sony, but then again, I do kind of want a Sony. And you guys are probably saying, but I thought you said fuck Sony. Yeah, I know, right? I did say that. But there's one camera that I want though. It's not what you think. You guys will be like, why would you want that fucking camera? Hey, sorry, I love the A99 Mark II. I like an A mount. I love an A mount. I don't care what you guys say, eat my shorts or whatever. I like A mount. I still love A mount. And A99 still shoots 4K video, by the way. It still is impressive. Full frame, transparent, sensor, but man, it does, yeah, that's the only downside to it. It is a translucent mirror camera. So but it still has great ISO. Diamond range is so good. You guys are, oh, so you're going to go back to A mount, not E mount. Fuck yeah. I'm still all Minolta, friends. I'm all about my Minolta. And if you're a diehard Minolta shooter, let me know down in the comments below, friends. But like I said, everybody, everyone wants to rant on me and get on my case. But in theory, you guys are backstabbing yourselves because you did the exact same thing I would do. You have a right to ask questions. Especially when you see it being done right in front of you, and it kind of affects like your experience. Like, so if I come back, you're gonna do the same thing. Like, yeah, you just gotta know. You just gotta find out why. And let's be honest, friends. This is North. Let's be honest. This is North America. Black lives are always discriminated. It doesn't matter, friend. I don't care if you're Asian, white. You know, it's the stereotype that a white America gives off about black culture, but it's also black culture that gives off that stereotype too when it fucking misbehaves and performs like, I don't know what you want to call your behavior these days. You guys just don't want to go to school anymore. You guys want to smoke weed in the bathroom, just like this morning at the fucking park. Kids were waiting for me to get out the fucking handicapped bathroom so they can smoke weed in the park when you should be going to school, friend. Yeah, that's so alarming that no parent cares about what their children do. You don't care that your child comes home high and not do homework or study, but play video games all day? Oh fuck, friend! I had to fucking. I'm sorry, but when I was growing up, I had to earn the right to play a fucking video game. I had to earn that fucking right. I had to show my homework. I had to show that I study. And then I can only play a video game for an hour. How bullshit was that, friend? If you're an adult at my age, 43 or older, you know, if you have been through that, leave in the comments hashtag growing up, hashtag 80s babies. Put that in the comments. Hashtag 80 babies. Because I'm born 80. So for all you Generation Z that don't want to fucking contribute, yeah, guess what? I'm still contributing. I'm still paying taxes. Why? You guys are saying I'm still paying. Ooh, what shoes are those? Those are sick. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I like dope footwear, and yes, I have women's feet. Yeah, my feet are very narrow, so shut the fuck up. I know that I'm here in the comments below. You got bitch feet. You got bitch feet. Yeah, that's why you rant. You a bitch. Watch, because I seen that comment before. I'm like, no. That means I got some beautiful ass feet. That's what you misunderstood, friends. I got some beautiful ass feet. Even the girls don't want to suck on my toes. Oh, my panda. Let me stop with your nasty fantasies. But anyway, I'm in Greenpoint. I just wanted to make a video clearly where I am right now and contacts. But like I said, guys, you guys are really throwing me under the bus when you're throwing yourselves under the bus because you did the exact same thing I have done in your own neighborhoods, in your own establishment. You even question your waiter, I guarantee it. Did you put anything in this other than, oh no, no, so it comes with this. See? This is why I'm asking you, why you guys are being so fucking hypocrites. You do this to waiters, you do this to restaurants all the time, and when I do it, it's a problem? What the fuck? When a black man does it, it's a problem? That's bullshit. I call that bullshit audience. I think you need to go judge yourself, friends. But anyway, friends, I just want to make an update. This is not even an update. This is a clean ass video about something else, because right now, if I really wanted to make a bad assumption on this business, I would have fucking went down and I would have downloaded 311, which I not have on my phone. And I could have reported it, but no, I did not. So kudos to me for not doing that, and kudos to the owner for refunding me and actually calling back like a human being. And this is where you guys should just fail, that he called back because his employee did make a mistake. Not just one, but several. So it wasn't like intentionally. It just, look what's going on. Can you blame her? What's going on in New York City? So one said that in the comments, and I said I don't blame her, but I'm saying I have my credentials around my fucking body. It literally says New York City press pass. I'm not going to do anything that's going to harm me. I know that doesn't mean shit, but like, come on. If you guys watch me long enough, just watch me long enough, friends. I do not want to commit crimes or go to jail for something stupid. I'm not like the idiots that already live here, that are already committed crimes. I'm not one of those. Why would I come to someone else's city, commit a crime? That's stupid and idiotic on my behalf. So stupid. But as I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I've been approached on New York City streets talking about I'm not supposed to record. They literally put their hands in my camera's face like this. Please don't record me. Like, ma'am, this is a fucking public sidewalk. Touch my camera, and you guarantee it, you won't have that hand. That's another problem in New York City. Oh, she came back. Oh. That's another problem. People of New York City, as a documentary, even without a documentary license, it's my human constitutional right to record on any public streets, at a police station, subway, because it's all public. So stop with the fucking hate and stop with the whole discriminating against your own rights policy. I don't know what the fuck is that. Why is Americans discriminating against the same laws that they're trying to uphold and to protect? It does not make sense. With that said, have a good day, everybody, and see ya.